I'm Nina with Naturally Fluent Animal Training, and I'm here today to show you how to make tuna fudge. Because not only is it a nutritious treat for your pet, but it's also something that is easy to make and you can't mess it up. So in my food processor, or you can use a blender, I've already put about a cup of flour, 3 cans of tuna with the water. The reason I add an extra can of tuna other than what you'll find on any recipe is that it adds a little bit more batter, which makes a whole lot more treats in the end. And then I've added 3 eggs. So if I had organic eggs, I could actually add the shells in as well and give my dogs that extra little bit of calcium. The reason I love this recipe so much is because if I get bored of the tuna, or my dogs do, I can add in salmon or chicken or canned ham. I just add a little bit more flour or a little bit of chicken broth depending on what I might need, or water works too. So once everything's in my blender or my food processor, I just turn it on. All mixed up, this is what it looks like. And this is kind of the consistency we're looking for. Goo. Fish goo is what I call it. All right, so once we get it out of the food processor and get it all in there nice and smoothly, we can put it into the oven at 350. Now today, we're also going to make some pumpkin fudge because I often get asked for this recipe and I don't know. So we have a can of pumpkin in here, and we're gonna add 2 eggs, and about a cup of flour. With this, I just use a whisk. When it's this consistency, cake batter maybe, I put this one also on my cookie sheet on my parchment paper, and it will cook alongside the tuna fudge for about 35 minutes. The way I know it's done is when the outside or the top of it is no longer gooey, and when I push down on it, I feel it's almost like sponge. Just like the kids, the dogs like to lick off the spatulas when we're all done. I think the taste testers are happy. It's been about 20-30 minutes and our fudges have just come out of the oven. So as you can see, they're kind of spongy, and that means they're done. Give them a little flip and let them cool. The last step in the tuna fudge, once you've taken it out of the oven, flipped it, cooled it, and then put it in the freezer for about 45 minutes, is to chop it. The reason I put it in the freezer is so that it cuts nice and easy like that. This is a fudgy inside, so if you don't put it in the freezer, it makes it a little bit harder for cutting. I cut it into a bunch of strips and then into individual sizes and put it into the jar. From there, I put it back in the freezer. These will last a couple of days in the fridge. They'll last a whole lot longer in the freezer. If there's any allergens like wheat or anything else that your dogs can't have or you don't have in the house, feel free to substitute it. I've used rice flour, coconut flour, every kind of canned meat at the store, baby food, pumpkin, you name it, I've probably tried it. Put it in the food processor or just whisk it up. Put it on parchment paper. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it and I hope to see you again soon.